You know, here on the showroom floor, on the exhibit floor at NACAC, we've got so many engaging conversations going on right here on this desk. And right now, I have Priscilla Grijalva, high school counselor from California. And I'm so glad that you're here. This is your second year at the conference.
Yes, this is my second year.
Well, you look like you're 16, not a high school counselor.
Well, it's interesting that you say that because I've been a school counselor for 16 years. And when I was in high school, I always wanted to be an FBI agent because I wanted to go undercover in the high schools and do some drug busts. And then as I got older, I was really passionate about helping students, and I became a school counselor.
Oh, wow. Well, that's a real backstory. I like that. Undercover, you can still do that right now, you know.
Thank you.
No one would ever tell. Well, I'm glad that you're here because here at the conference, the theme this year is leading change. And over the last 22 years, we've had a lot of change going on. How has the enrollment process changed for you? Has it gotten better or has it gotten more difficult?
It's gotten more difficult during the pandemic to reach students, so we just had to get creative with reaching them through different things like maybe Zoom meetings or actually showing up to their houses and getting them the resources that they need. Most importantly, reaching the student where they're at. So figuring out what does the student need, what are their needs, and helping them with whatever resources they need.
Mm-hmm. So when you think about that, what makes a good counselor or bad counselor, you know, or somewhere in the between, what makes that the right person? Because I remember in high school, you know, there were some counselors that would just not support you and say, you should not be doing that, but all the while, you knew exactly what you wanted to do.
I think a great school counselor believes in their students. They truly care about them, and they're willing to get to know them. And most importantly, giving them those affirmations like, I believe in you, you got this, you can do this, and giving them all their options, whether it's community college, career technical education, apprenticeship, university, military enlistment. I mean, that's a big deal for our students to serve our country. So I want to make sure that they have all those resources. And school counselors, also another big part of their job is financial aid. So making sure that the students know about FAFSA and scholarships so they can pay for their education after high school.
Having options is key. You know, when you're having options, you know that there are choices that you have. But when you have no options, you're seemingly limited.
Yes.
Yeah. And so as a high school counselor, I'd like to know, in your role, do you consider yourself a hunter or a gatherer?
I'd have to say both because I'm a little bit of both of those. I love to gather students and even the community. So I'll make sure that I'm making those relationships with the community partners and in the school system with the teachers, the administrators, the students, and the parents. Most importantly, everyone on campus, from the custodian to the classified staff. As far as the hunter, I'm willing to go out there and find those resources like at NACAC. You build those relationships with those college admission officers so they can come out to your high school, whether it's on a Zoom meeting or a Google Meet, or even coming out to the school to do an in-person meeting with our students. And they can get all those resources to our kids so they know the admissions requirements, the scholarships, and all the extra opportunities they offer on their campuses.
Wow, that's a great answer. I love that. Thank you. Hunter and a gatherer, right?
Thank you.
And listen, continue to go undercover in the classroom at 16. Priscilla, thank you for being here with us today, and I really hope you continue to be intentional and continue making change in the lives of those students who put their lives in your hands.
Thank you so much for having me to here. I'm proud to be a NACAC member.